What's going on, family? Raphael Rashim here. Today I want to definitely start getting into my story, man. First of all, I want to start, with what happened today, actually. One of the black gangstalkers that worked for the white supremacists actually knocked on my door today. I guess, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what the agenda was. But as I'm about to show y'all, they definitely fishing me out of like messing with my Amazon account or whatever. I guess I gotta change the passwords to do some stuff. I don't know. Even when I change the password, it still block me on certain stuff. But just a little background on this dude here, and what I've been going through, actually with people in my family. My children's mother family involved with it. You know what I'm saying? They actually brought this guy to my house. So initially, I wanted to get some windows replaced. Now, first of all, I was having trouble getting people to work on my house because everybody who was coming to my house was mad suspicious. Either they was trying to charge me up or these people were trying to infiltrate my house and probably plant their little devices and stuff like that around. So, I asked my children's mother to reach out and, see if her people knew somebody. This is when I still was actually naive enough to trust this man, which is her father. And he got some dude to come and put some windows in. So the guy came and took some measurements. I guess his name is Mr. Fox. That's what she said his name is. That's what she called him. I wouldn't call him Mr. Nothing. You know what I mean? So he came in, he took some measurements of the windows with her father or whatever. Her father always had something against me. I don't know what it is, but I guess he didn't like, the way I am, or whatever. I thought we was cool, but, I get into more of that later. You know what I'm saying? I gotta bring all this out of open. I tried to kind of keep you cool because, you know what I'm saying. This is the mother of three of my children. You know what I mean, and I did have a relationship with him previously or whatever. But let's get back on Mr. Fox. What Mr. Fox came and did. So he came and took measurements. Her dad brought him here. After he took the measurements, we agreed on a price for him to put the windows in. I was actually going to get him to do extra work because I had money. I was trying to get some floors done and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I didn't argue with him about the price or nothing. I was going to pay him whatever he wanted. Well, not whatever he wanted, but his prices was reasonable. I don't think, give y'all my background, I did house remodeling and repairs before I became disabled. So, I know the prices for stuff to get done. So he gave me more than reasonable prices. It's very reasonable. So what I did was I ordered the windows. After me ordering the windows, which I still have, I actually sold 2 of them for cheap just to get rid of them. You know what I'm saying? But I still got a couple of them. Paid over $1,000 for the windows. Once I ordered the windows and stuff like that, I was trying to call this man repeatedly. He didn't answer the phone. After the windows came, I still tried to call him, didn't get no answer. I ended up finding somebody else to put the windows in. When they came to put the windows in, the windows was the wrong size. So that's why I'm stuck with the windows, actually. I actually end up having to buy more windows and pay somebody to put them in or whatever. But this is the man who knocked on my door today. I don't know what her family is like holding over her head. Once I exposed to her that her father was involved with it or whatever, she started lying to me, man. just basically lying about, the housing arrangement and stuff like that, the deal that we made. We gonna get into more of that later or whatever. But this is Mr. Fox, and this is the it's definitely a lot of cool Negroes working with these white supremacists for sure. I don't dispute that. That's why I get mad at white people who be like, oh, this white race has no. They're definitely white supremacists that's attacking you. It don't matter if they white or not. It's white people who call out white supremacists all day. White supremacy is a mindset. I was repeat and say that again. You know what I mean? And these is, without a doubt, white supremacists that control a lot of stuff. If it don't matter. If you're being targeted by white supremacists. Point blank, period. There's no black person or minority with that power to do to you what they're doing to you besides a white supremacist. Even if you don't want to call him a white supremacist, it's damn sure a white man. And that is the favor that I do to white people, and not try to use the term white and crucify all white people. But white people that identify with white supremacy, either you're a white supremacist or you have something delusional, not delusional, something messed up in your mind, where as though you feel as though you need to protect the white supremacist name. You know what I'm saying? But these who I'm dealing with, they're absolutely white supremacists for sure. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into my story. My story, I noticed I was being gangstalked after basically I was in the workman's comp system, actually fighting the case of workman's comp. They started withholding my medication from me. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting surgery after surgery and all this. They had me on oxycodone and stuff like that. So they was literally trying to, and this is why I fired my lawyers, because my lawyers was basically telling me if I wanted them to stop messing with my medicine and stuff like that, that I might as well settle the case and be done with them. Don't have no to deal with them. The insurance companies, they are fucking corrupt as fuck, son. Anybody who had to deal with insurance companies know how corrupt they is, and just the workman's comp system in general, period. I did have some good people that I dealt with in the workman's comp system or whatever. As far as like a judge and a couple of lawyers that I did trust, but they end up quitting and leaving. One of the lawyers that I trusted, she ended up leaving, man. And it's probably because she's seen what was going on and what was happening. Point blank, period. I had a couple doctors with some sort of integrity, a little bit, that exposed the fact that Rashim, he said, I don't think it's your lawyers, but I believe definitely somebody is targeting you or whatever. But it became a conflict of interest because I didn't want to settle the case, even though it was for a nice amount of money or whatever. I didn't want to settle the case. So it became a conflict of interest. I'm trying to figure out what's really wrong with me and what's happening to my body. Anytime, I go and get a surgery on my thumb, and now I'm getting pains throughout my whole body and stuff like that. So I'm like, nah, I don't want to settle the case until I figure out what's going on with me. I wasn't just out for the money. So, hold on, y'all. So, I didn't want to settle the case. I felt as though it was a conflict of interest. I ended up firing my lawyers because of a conflict of interest. Whereas though they backed me in, though, I tried to hire other lawyers to represent me, but they kind of blocked me. Well, they did block me completely. I went and talked to different lawyers, and they was like, I can't take this case because, you know what I mean, because of your situation. With your other lawyer, with your lawyers that you fired or whatever. So I couldn't do nothing. So I ended up having to settle the case. But I was getting fucking gang stalked. I didn't know it was gang stalking, but a lot of weird shit just kept happening to me. Like, you know what I mean? People cutting me off and restaurant, fast food restaurant lines and shit like that, and just different shit. Like my black neighbor would fucking keep fucking with my trash cans and stuff. This is the same boy who's still working with him or whatever. You know what I mean? I show you this creep. He's a weirdo. You know what I'm saying? But he was working with him. You know what I'm saying? Come to find out, now I always felt like this man was after the property, my property or whatever. He would just always do shit to my property. Like I caught these motherfuckers throwing seeds out of the window to make weeds grow on the side of my house, and that'll start messing with your foundation and stuff like that if you got the weeds and stuff growing out. So I caught him doing this. Now the whole time he doing this, y'all, wait till I show you the the videos. This same white supremacist that's fucking stalking my house, he was doing this right while they little shop doors is open, so they could see he wasn't hiding from them. So he been working with them. Plus, I would catch him across the street talking about me to them early in the morning, like reporting stuff about my house or whatever. He would be literally just over it. But I know nothing about gangstalking. I know nothing about none of this. The man took fucking tents out of my kids' tents out of my yard and placed them in his yard and made excuses. Like, I had plenty of police reports about this man. Wait till I show you the video where you will see on his face, like, he literally throwing my trash can, he canvassing my house or whatever, and you got to see the face he made. You know what I'm saying? He's just despicable. Definitely is a black man. You know what I mean? Because I'm a lot younger than him. My family in general here that live with me, my children's mother and everybody, like, this man could be probably my grandpa, like, real rap. And he was just like fucking with my property and doing a lot of hate and shit. Like, but I thought he was just a weird old neighbor who had I know nothing about gang stalking and stuff like that. So, so come to find out, the dude, Mr. Fox or whatever, who with the windows would be next door at his house. And they would basically be fucking, he'd be over there working with him or whatever, doing work for him or whatever. But they got a relationship, come to find out. Next thing to come to find out, when they doing their little street theater and stuff, and all the white supremacists, because it's mainly a bunch of white supremacists that be fucking following me around and shit. But they use a couple black people. I'm not gonna lie, they definitely control some black people, whether they leveraging stuff over their head or using it against them. Now, again, I gotta make this clear. I am, about to upload a video where I say this same thing. I just came across another TI that was exposing the fact that if they're able to drive you crazy, if they're able to, put you in a mental institution, or if they're able to make you commit suicide, or it's one other thing, or put you in jail for some reason, that they get rewarded. They actually get a payout for doing that to you. So this is why you really can't trust people and trust nobody. Period. You know what I'm saying? It's like a price on your head, bro. Like, if you're being targeted, it's a price on your head, basically. It is a price on your head. It's like a price on your head. This is why, because even with them just paying people to stalk, they have to pay them people. Them people are not doing it just because they mess with these people or they like these people. It's a price on your head. You know what I'm saying? They have to pay big money to get people to do that to you, and definitely to monitor and stalk you 24/7. And it's a big price on your head for whatever reason. So, yeah, this is like how it started. It definitely came from the workman's comp situation. Um, and they just been oppressing me and stalking me ever since. With the help of some black people. So I know that it's black people helping stalk you and do stuff to you. I'm not denying that. I make no excuses. I actually think they're more trifling than a white supremacist. Because, we know what the white supremacists do. If you literally look up if you look up domestic terrorism, and you go to photos, it's going to be a photo of a white suit, and I'm going to show you. Actually, I already recorded it, so I'm going to actually show y'all. It's going to be a photo of white supremacy terrorism that come up right on top of it. And this dismantle all the white people who get mad when I say this and call out the white supremacists is white people that's out there holding up these signs, not black people, white people. And I love those type of white people. Expose the white supremacists, point blank, period. And they say like terrorism, white supremacy terrorism or something. Yeah, I'm gonna show y'all. But yeah, this is basically how it started with me. And then I guess the black people end up getting the rest of the black people in the community involved. You know what I mean? 'Cause they lived here for a long time. And I guess they've been involved in it. These people was heavily deep in this shit out here where I'm at. That's how I know for a fact that what they are. You know what I'm saying? These people are heavily invested. Morton, Pennsylvania. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at, located or whatever. Completely white supremacists control it. Black people got a little section around here, and I guess they control the black people because they involved a lot of they involved the community. I get community stalked. Where most of y'all get community stalked. Any targeted individual, whether you know it or not, they definitely have to involve the community because they have to have people around that area so when you leave the house they can follow you. But it don't matter what color they is. They use a lot of minorities, a lot of black people. They control these people. But at the top of it is white supremacy. It's white supremacists doing it to you. Point blank, period. If you who have a logical mind, you completely know no minority or black person have the power to do what they're doing. Just violate your rights, violate the law, and do stuff like that. We know what this country was built on. We know the history, bro. It's undeniable. So I don't even think I really need to speak too much more on that. But I see it firsthand. I deal with these people every day. I'm about to start exposing their faces. But yeah, so that's what I deal with. So the auto mechanic shops and stuff like that, they switch faces a lot. They definitely switch the people in there a lot and stuff like that. But these people just do all kind of noise campaigns and a lot of street there. I definitely go through that. They're invested in a lot of stuff that we're dependent on. They invested in a lot of stuff to cover up the acts, like even driving schools, I guess, so they can make the excuse, oh, I'm doing this driving school, different, oil companies and delivery companies and shit like that. They're invested in all of this. I see with my own eyes. Had plenty of footage of it or whatever, even though most of it, you know what I'm saying, it's just a street there that, only a targeted individual gonna really recognize what's happening and going on. To anybody else, it might look like normal behavior, but this block was very quiet. It got nowhere near the volume that they be trying to act like it get, first of all. And then this stuff was happening through pandemic times, so it wasn't that kind of volume on the street, first of all, period. You know what I mean? But they was still doing it. They was actually doing it a lot worse than they do it now. because they know basically I've been trying to expose them, and I'm trying to sue the shit out of them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been trying to get this thing in court for a while. The police refused to give me my police reports because at first, I was naive and I was calling the cops and I was reporting it. Then I would actually catch the cops out there roaring engines and stuff, like the same cops that was coming to my house taking my reports was out there literally in the middle of the night, 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, roaring engines and stuff like that. So let's get into why I call them white supremacists. This is how it initially started with this white supremacist. Not started, I'm sorry, y'all. This happened in the beginning. 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, this man feel as though he's gonna park a big ass tractor trailer on my front lawn. On my fucking front lawn, right in front of my daughter's window. He got lights flashing, the big ass truck doing beep, 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 beep shit. So I go to the door and I'm like, yo, get off of my property. And they ignore me. So then I say, get the fuck off my property. Then this man has the nerve to say, don't make me call the cops on you. Like, bruh, with fucking cops shooting black men and black people, like, what do you mean? Why would you threaten a black man with the cops? But it don't stop there. When I go in the house and I call the cops on this man, when the cops get here, the cops, they over there talking to him or whatever. Then he come over and talk. I called the cops though. Listen to how it went though. You know what I mean? So when the cops get here, the cops say, they come over. He come back over to me. He like, did you threaten them? I'm like, what do you mean? I ain't threaten them. I was like, what they say I said? He said basically like, get off my property or else. Like, first of all, that would be a reasonable thing to say, so I wouldn't have no reason to even lie about this. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely a reasonable thing. You're on my property. It's 2:30 in the morning, middle of the night. That would be a reasonable fucking thing to say. Get off my property or else, or something like that. So this is what the man told me. So not only did he threaten to call the cops on me while violating me, then he tells the cops I threatened them. Do you know what kind of shit that could have caused? Like, really think about that. Like, I could have lost my life that night. Suppose I snapped out or something like that, or, lost my cool. And that's why I do want to speak a lot about a mentality, and I agree with my brother about not crashing out. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what they want you to do. They want to take your life, bruh. They want to drive you crazy, or they want to eventually make you take your life, put you in jail. Just, that's why I said it made much sense of what the T.I. said. Like, they want to push you in jail, or they want to drive it. They get rewarded for putting you in jail, driving you crazy, or making you commit suicide. You know what I'm saying? This is some real sick people we dealing with. So I fucking yeah. So I'm like, nah. I'm like, I just want to make a report or whatever, because I'm going to take him to court. But I'm healing, like while I'm trying to heal. You know what I'm saying, and get myself together, and you know what I mean. I wasn't trying to go back to court. Plus, I just got done dealing with court. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't do nothing to this man. I let it go. For years, actually, for years. Didn't say nothing about it. Didn't do nothing. I just let it go. You know what I mean? But come to find out now, once I got my settlement and I'm trying to get stuff for my mentorship and stuff like that, I hear this man over there, the same man that was on my property that threatened me with the cops and did all that. he's over there asking Amazon drivers or it might have been FedEx drivers or something like that. He asking the delivery drivers, because I'm getting a lot of packages and stuff like that. So he asking the fucking delivery drivers, what is he over there building? What is he doing over there? So this and an Amazon dude tell him like he's building a studio or whatever driver it was. It might not have been Amazon. I think it was FedEx or something like that. So he telling them he's building a studio. He's trying to build a studio or whatever. And and so I'm like, what the fuck, like, why is he still minding my business, asking about me, and you know, after definitely he did what he did to me, you know what I mean, just violated me, like, and threatened me with the cops, and told the cops that I threatened him. Like, you know, is that not some white supremacist ass shit to do, bruh? Like, you know what I'm saying? And just point blank period. That alone. I ain't going, you know, I ain't really got to even get into too much more stuff. Just that alone. Why would you threaten me with the cops? You know what I'm saying? Now, these same people, they have threatened to like throw fucking fireballs in my house, like basically blow my house up and do all kinds of shit, and then they use the cops to protect them. Like you'll see, I'll show you many videos and pictures of the cops literally over there, and you know what I'm saying, they car overnight, like they be working on the cop cars and shit like that. You know what I mean? They're heavily involved with these people. So yeah, all that shit was happening, man. It is my story. I damn sure ain't gonna be able to get it out in this whole thing. Definitely about everything that they done to me. But you know, this is the premise of it, and this is what I'm basically dealing with still to this day. My girlfriend father, he you know, my children's mother, because I don't really like calling her my girlfriend because we fucking been together damn near 15 years, and that's like almost half of my life. You know what I'm saying? With 3 kids. You know what I'm saying? He helped us get this place. I was living in Philly or whatever. Like I said, I did house remodeling and repairs. So this house was inhabitable when we got it. I did all the work in it or whatever to get it up to speed. But he helped us with paying for it and shit like that. The house still not in my name, and well, in my girlfriend's name. I don't really care about it being in my name. I never did. It was, you know, at the end of the day, it's for my children. That's how I look at it or whatever. But it's never been put in her name. Come to find out, this man has us on a rent-to-own lease, whereas though is month to month. Like, so literally he got it set up whereas though he could survive. That's why I can't, like, they don't want me to go to court. You know what I'm saying? Because definitely as much money as I invested in this house and stuff like that, like, if you got me on that kind of lease, it's no reason I should be doing repairs in this place. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's a lot of funny shit going on around it. But, you know, and it took me a while to expose this and expose, because I really be trying to protect this girl. You know what I mean? Not only her, but her family. Like, I really felt like that was my family. I would fucking would die for these people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Especially her grandmom and stuff like that. Like, you know, that's people that she loves. So I love them just as much, because this is family. This is my children's. Like, even knowing that they be involved, I don't keep my children from them or nothing, because like, it's they family. Even though I should, if you're that weird and you dealing with, you know, these type of people, what kind of mental state are you really in? You know what I'm saying? And then I just really had to clarify, like, you know, but putting 2 and 2 together, bro. Like, when I would go out and they would be gangstalking me, he would be in line with him. He would be literally following me around. The man almost ripped me over one day. You know what I'm saying? Um, like, yo, bro, it's fucking crazy. Like, we dealing with some sick shit. Like, and I probably gotta finish the story at another time, to put stuff more in context. But this is just a little piece of my story and what I'm really dealing with. And I'm not going to be quiet about it because, my children's mother lied to me again today. I'm trying to keep it cool and keep things cool with my family because, that's what they want more than anything. They want to take the black man out of the house. They want to destroy my family. And I know they do this to white people. I'm not saying they don't do, but they damn sure do it to black people. Black people has been targeted for the longest, and y'all know this. This is written in history, so nobody should even be going against it. And if you got a problem with it, you can definitely unsubscribe and stay the fuck away from my videos. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, and I will continue to say. Because I'm never going to stop calling out these white supremacists and these cool Negroes that's helping them, point blank, period. You know what I'm saying? So the police still won't give me my police reports. I've been to the station multiple times. I got plenty of videos proving it. I even took some videos in the station of them denying and giving me my police report. You know what I'm saying? And they just, they control these people. They control, like, so who you telling me is a black man or is a minority controlling that and controlling the FBI not responding and all these DOJ not responding? And who do you think is on top of that, man? Come on, son. Like, you already know. But anyway, like I said, we ain't gonna talk about that. But I definitely gotta put my story in check. So right now in the situation I'm in, like I be wondering if they did something to my children's mother because at the end of the day, I know it's her family holding stuff over her head and leveraging her. I believe maybe I am being naive that this girl loved me. You know what I'm saying? But she's being emotionally manipulated in different ways and stuff like that. That's just how I feel. Like, you know what I mean? And maybe I'm making excuses and maybe she's stone cold, wholeheartedly just working with these people. And I know for sure her father is, like I said, even whatever it is, he knows exactly what be going on. Same thing with her other family, because her other family live in this community or whatever. But like I said, when I would go out and they would do the street theater, it'd be them with them. They would, like, literally almost every time, not every time, but a lot of the times, he would be trolling me. He would even pull up and offer me rides and shit. Like, bro, I'm not getting in your car. I'm cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm cool. And I didn't find out about the lease. And then I got on her about the lease, and she kind of lied about the lease. She was telling me basically, because I was asking, like, why is the house still in his name and stuff like this? Because I'm trying to get work done and insert, like, I tried to get a whole new roof put on the place. And basically I was denied. Like, I would have had to go through her father, and that's when he got people to do some work that needed to be done on the roof. And ever since then, I've been monitored in my house. They definitely have stuff in my house. They had access to my attic, which you could fish stuff through the walls from the access and stuff like that. I'll show y'all it. Actually, we gonna walk y'all through. So ever since then, this is what happened. I don't know if he seen me getting that much amount of money as a threat or something like that. And let me tell you this too, man. Let me tell you how fucked up it is. I wanted to move to Africa. My girlfriend was with it. My children's mother was with it, 100%. But I made the decision to stay here because I felt like this man helped us. He invested in us. And I didn't want to take his grandchildren away. I'm like, bruh, I want them to know their, they elders or whatever. That's their family. Like, they helped us, they invested in us. I'm not gonna just take his grandkids and run away. You know what I mean? But Africa was definitely the move. Reason why, definitely for me. Like I love. I just wanted to be in Africa for sure. But anything you own in Africa, that's your property. Like, so I could have made a crazy life for myself in Africa, did my dream. But I stayed here for him, man. And come to find out, he was working with these people the whole time. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, they know everything that's going on with me. I think my children's mother know a lot more than she expressed. So with the lease, so I'm like, why is the house the? So she told me initially it's a rent to own. I can't make this up, y'all, and it's actually recorded through SSI, because SSI had to tape reports, and I mean not investigate. They had to ask certain questions about my living situation and stuff like that. And she even told them on the recording that, yeah, it's a rent to own. We pay for a rent to own. Come to find out, it's not a rent to own. It's in this man's name, and he has us on a month-to-month lease, and I'm paying to get shit fixed in here, and I'm the one doing the work in here. Like, I'm literally investing in this property. Like, who would fucking invest in a property and they on a month-to-month lease? Why would you put us on a month-to-month lease? That shit alone is mad suspect, bruh. Like, right there. That's why I would let it go to court. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm not gonna go to court just for him. And honestly, you can't help who you love. Like, I still got love for him. I don't think it's a way you can love somebody truly and then just stop loving them. You know what I'm saying? Even with them doing, even if you separate, you stop dealing with them like I did. You know what I mean? I don't think that's how love work, bruh. So I still, to this day, I think I kind of still protect this man naively and different stuff like that. And that's why this is big, and me opening up and just really telling my story completely, man. And I've been warning my children's mother repeatedly, because I didn't want to do this. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to tell my story, and I'm going to expose everything that's been going on to me and everybody that's been involved with this or whatever. So, no, I feel no remorse. And then, which you just look at me in my face lying. Like, today, when the dude knocked on the door, I'm like, who was at the door? She told me, the dude who my father bought to put the window on. I'm like, why is this man coming to my house? Like, why is he still coming here? And she like, he she like, he wanted to buy the truck or whatever. Cause it's just a truck sitting or whatever. So I'm like, nah, like, why would he even feel comfortable coming here? And why would you be still even talking to him? She like, I ain't talking to him and all this, that, and the third. And then she like lied to me at first. She told me, I didn't know he was involved. You ain't tell me you. Yes, I did. I told you many times, because I was bitching about me paying, thousands of dollars for fucking windows and shit like that. And then, I ain't know he be next door with the black man that lived next door. Now, this same black man, you'll see him pulling up his truck. He got a black truck in front of my house a lot. Like, and stuff like that, and he'd just be out there. I don't know if he'd be trying to intimidate her, and this is another reason. She was 100% on my side. They actually hacked her out of her Facebook account and was hacking her phones and monitoring her as well. And then she just switched on me, man. Like, she just started. We get into more of that later. You know what I'm saying? Cause like I said, this is my children's mother. I love her to death. And I really don't know her whole situation. Plus, it's fucking long. Like, so I'd be fucking. I'm writing a book on it though. So most of the story gonna come out in the book in a better format than me speaking. I don't think I could get all this shit out in a fucking podcast anyway. It's like impossible. That's how much been happening. But it's not only her. It's other people in her family that I caught, riding with the stalkers or whatever, and stuff like that with these white supremacists. And I don't know if they trying to, could they intimidate people? And that's another reason I was trying to protect him. Like maybe he's scared, maybe, and that's how I look at it for her, because they definitely try to intimidate her a lot, and she's not from the streets like I'm from the streets and stuff like that. They definitely try to intimidate her a lot. They definitely follow her everywhere she go. They definitely do the same intimidate shit that they do to me, basically to her too. So let me definitely throw that out there. And this is why I still to this day, I don't, hold nothing over her head. But that just lying to me, like why would you just start lying to me? And why wouldn't you tell me why would you lie and say that it's a rental on, well, she know I wasn't going to be with that shit, and definitely invest in this place or whatever. But why would you tell me that and keep the lie going and then say, oh, I didn't tell you it was a rental on property? Yo, you on recording on my social security doing the John saying it's a rent. They had to speak to her, and she confirmed that, oh, it's a rent to own property or whatever. Like it's recorded literally. Like, so the lying and shit like that. But that's what these they leverage the cops and try to intimidate people, and they probably doing this to her father. I'm not gonna lie. And this is why this is another reason why let my kids get to know him, because maybe they threaten him. Maybe they did bust his windows out. He had his windows bust out of his car or whatever, and I'm pretty sure they the ones who did it. And he has other family around here to protect. I respect this man. I learned from this man. Well, I had more respect for him, but like I still respect him as a father. Let me throw that out there again. I just gotta tell my story and expose it wherever the chips may fall. It don't matter. You know what I mean? It just is what it is. But yeah, I do believe that the main part is he think he's protecting, and maybe even protecting her, because they deal with these cops. They use these cops to help antagonize you and follow you and stalk you and manipulate and do heinous shit. Like I said, these people then called me out of my name, faggots and shit, even though I'm not that at all. You know what I mean? I might have some homophobic stuff I need to work on or whatever, like I always say. But they definitely antagonize you with the cops, and you weaponize law enforcement. So I'm pretty sure they threatened this man in different ways. He has other family around here that, like his mom, she's an elder. She lived right at the corner of the block or whatever. So he does have other people he has to protect and stuff like that. I will give him that benefit of the doubt. I'm not going to half-heartedly tell the fucking story. I'm going to tell you, being naive or not, whatever it is, maybe I'm making excuses for him still. Maybe I'm even making excuses for her, speaking on the fair part of it or whatever. But, they do try to inflict fear in people and inflict fear in them for sure. That did happen to him. They had broke his windows. I seen her aunt house, it looked like termites got to wood and stuff like that. I caught these people drilling holes in my foundation. Wait till these videos come out, y'all. See, I can't put fucking... First of all, I had to, put... I got hard drives, and then I got stuff that, they tried to hack me out of different stuff and stuff like that. But the beautiful thing, especially at the beginning, was I was taking stuff to my boys. But see, I can't I don't want to contact certain boys because they involved with different shit, and now I know who I'm dealing with. So I don't want to contact them. I don't want to give up my sources and stuff like that, especially where my stuff is hidden. So with some people that I can't contact, or if I do, it's briefly, like, you know what I mean? Like I would stop past their house or just, you know what I mean, do some walk by slick shit, you know what I'm saying, pass off notes and stuff like that. But other than that, like I have hard drives and shit all over the place, and even the footage that I have here, I don't feel comfortable, hooking it up to a computer because all my devices are compromised. These people have literally been hacking me out of all my stuff since I got my shit. Like they literally hacked me out of the Google account that was associated with my court hearing and stuff like that. Oh, so let me give you a little more a background on what happened there with my court. And this is what I'm saying. They don't want me going to court. They tried to get me to sign a gag order. Why would you try to get a man to sign a gag order? They tried to make that a part of my case, and I refused to do it. I'm like, I'm not signing no fucking gag order. That's why I definitely have to talk more about this. Like, I'm going to do a video just on my workman's comp situation. I'm going to put it in perspective for y'all. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, when I settled my case, they tried to get me to sign a gag order. Like, bruh, who try to get somebody to sign a gag order unless you trying to hide something? And what they was trying to hide was the fact that they was abusing me. Workman's comp situation is this white supremacist too. White supremacists rule workman's comp, period. Point blank, period. They rule that. That's why I love my elder Farrakhan been exposed to it. You know what I'm saying about, but I witnessed it firsthand. It's only actually 2 black lawyers in Pennsylvania, I believe, in the whole Pennsylvania. And even if it's not Pennsylvania, it's definitely Philadelphia. 2 black workman's comp lawyers. One of them worked for the firm that I had at the beginning, and the other one, he well, at the time of my case, I don't know if they got more, if they hired more of them or whatever, but and the other one is the one who, I went and seen him after I fired my lawyers, and he was like, I wish I could take this case, but I can't take it the way they got you hemmed up or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And if I wanted to hire him as my lawyer, I would have had to be dealing with that shit for a long time. After, like I would have had to wait or some shit like that in order to hire him. And basically I would have gave up the deal that was on the table. So I took the money. I'm like, look, I could start a life off of this, but I didn't know they was going to try to oppress me, hack me, and harass me. Now, I did see another T.I. I'm going to share a screenshot of what the T.I. showed me, about just different insurance companies and shit like that being involved in this, because they're heavily involved in this. The lawyers too. That's why if you listen to my song Gangstalking, yo, I'm not playing, I'm exposing these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? I was going off at the beginning. I wrote that song after I figured out that they had a name for what they was doing. I was so fucking pissed. I was like, they literally got a name for this shit. When I found out about Gangstalking, I was pissed, son. So that's why I'm on there snapping. You know what I mean? And it's just crazy. But that's why I'm, at the same time, that's why I'm like, who's that sitting by my window? I'm thinking it's just a regular hacking nigga nuts. Basically, I thought they was, they was definitely at the black man house because they was antagonizing me blatantly, like, you know what I'm saying, out of his house. You know what I'm saying? Whether they was the ones hacking me, they was definitely making it seem as such. I didn't know nothing about all this technology. I knew nothing about a Stingray device and stuff like that. That's why I try to bring that information to y'all. You know what I mean? And basically let y'all know, like, you know what I'm saying, what's going on. because you know a lot of us in the dark. Like I said, it took me years to figure out the name for it. Like Gangstalk, like what? And then my name, my rap name was Gang War. I'm like, they Gangstalk and Gang War, like this shit is crazy. Like what the fuck is wrong with them? Citing off, but not citing off for real shit. It really was a thought, and like I said it before in one of my other podcasts. You know what I'm saying? But this is what I went through and what I go through, man. Now I'm in a situation where, you know, my kids here, they being affected by it, and this is why at the end of the day, I really feel like they like, I don't think her father hate me that much. You know what I'm saying? Like, this man used to tell me he loved me. He used to hire me to do work for him. He used to do stuff like, I think they definitely either threaten her in some way. They threaten, you know, they do antagonize and do, you know, threatening stuff to her family. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at, and definitely with them literally monitoring the house, watching us have sex. I don't think that man, like, I don't think he like can have that much hate in the world for me. Plus, I really didn't do nothing to deserve this at all. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, no, like, I don't think I ever did. No, I know for sure. I never did nothing in my fucking life that is despicable like that. Worst thing he could get mad at me was, you know what I'm saying? Oh, he looked at another girl, or he did this, or, you know what I'm saying? I don't do shit. I don't violate people, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Point blank period, in no way. And then point blank period, I always been respectful of him. I always made excuses for him when anybody would say anything about him, or he would go through anything. I was always on this man's side. So yeah, I don't think none of that. So that definitely putting fair, some kind of fair. It gotta be fair. You know what I'm saying? And this is just what they do. They complete white supremacists, man. And the black coon they wrote next door, like I said, he's been after this house for a while. He's always, you know, he'd be about me mowing my lawn, and like I had when I first got disabled and injured or whatever, he would bitch about me having mattresses on my back patio. Like, I would have a couple mattresses on my back patio, and I even got rid of the mattresses just to, you know, and then he would just complain about anything. And do, like, that's the kind of man he is. He's just a fucking piece of trash. You know what I'm saying? To say the least. To say the absolute least. You know what I'm saying? Because who the fuck would, like, he too old to not know what's going on and be involved with the shit that he's involved with, and be involved with these fucking weirdo white supremacists. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's a little bit about what I went through. Fry, you know what I mean? Go over, because I'm already at like fucking 53 minutes. It's just crazy. But I'm telling you, I got other podcasts where I talked about it. I never really exposed the situation with her family, because, like I said, I still, you know, I consider these people, they are family. They connected to my children. You know what I'm saying? And I still protect her. I've been her protector since the day I fucking met her. Before we even had children, I've been protecting this girl. Point blank period. You know what I'm saying? And she's been there for me in different ways. Like, she's a big part of my life. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I praise this man so much. For me, he was my blessing. You know what I'm saying? Coming from the streets and having a background, growing up in, you know, foster care and fucking group homes and shelters and shit like that. For me to live in this environment, for me to have this opportunity was a blessing. So I looked at him like he was my father, like how people say my godfather. I felt blessed. I felt like he was my blessing. You know what I'm saying? And maybe I got a little too complacent and too comfortable, and I don't know. I really do think they definitely threaten him in different ways, and he is fearful in different ways. I will say that, man. I will still give him the benefit of the doubt, offer respect, and just, like I said, you can't have love for somebody and it just go away. You can hate that you have that love for them. That way, when you see him dealing with people that's trying to drive you crazy and shit like that. But I gotta be real. I gotta tell the whole story and what it is, man. I definitely looked at him like, you know what I'm saying? He was a blessing to me. He was this was part of God's plan. He's part of God's plan, and I felt like, because I'm a very spiritual man, and like I said, I've been his daughter protector from the day I met her. So I felt like I was God's gift to him too. Your daughter has a divine partner, you know what I'm saying, who teach her. I don't keep her ignorant in no way. I be truthful with this girl in ways that most people don't be truthful with their girlfriends. I have a good relationship with her, but I'm just like that, period, with girls. You know what I mean? I'm their friend for real. Like, it's not just about sex, and a lot of girls I never had sex with, I was very close to. You know what I mean? It's still very close to. Never had sex with them or nothing. I'm their friend first. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's just how it is. But yeah, so that's just a little of my story, man. I might speak on that a little later, or y'all might have to pay for my book, son, if you want to hear my whole story. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go into a lot in my book. Definitely a lot of mystical stuff. A lot of y'all don't understand that this is a spiritual battle. So I want to tell y'all about, my spiritual. I'm gonna talk on the channel about a little of it too, but yeah, definitely cop the book when I put it out or whatever, because it's not gonna just be about gang stalking. It's gonna be about my whole life. You know what I mean? But gang stalking or being targeted has become a big part of my life for like a while now. So it's definitely gonna be a nice part in there about gang stalking and being targeted. But I'm gonna put it out. I'm only gonna put it out for a couple dollars too. So it's gonna be probably like $2-3. You know what I'm saying? Some people could read real quick and go through. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, until later, I'm Raphael Rashim, and this is the True I Speak podcast, exposing Morton edition, because Morton need to be exposed. This community was beautiful. Like I said, it was a blessing to me. It was absolutely calm for this shit started happening. People speak to you, they do all this, but behind the scenes, this is what was like. And even the main person that's been involved with gang stalking me and my girlfriend would talk about, how happy we was the man that's building. You know what I mean? We be like, yo, he's building all the way up the street and shit like that. He got all these same now this motherfucker is using that shit to fucking attack me, son. It's crazy. It's fucking wild. Like, you know what I mean? He's giving this man praise and shit like that, and then the same shit that we pray, he's weaponizing, or not weaponizing, weaponizing it against me and using that shit against me. So shit is wild. So when I call these people white supremacists, I don't go around calling people white supremacists. Actually, this is the first time I call people white supremacists, flat out in the open. I felt like, I know that, workman's comp was basically on some white supremacist shit, and I didn't even call them out as being white supremacists. Honestly, I was always careful with my tongue when it came to that, because I dealt with race relations. I was actually out there on the front line trying to fix the problem, a little at it by being myself, you know what I mean, and showing a better version of black people to these people, and building relationships. I have some very good relationships with a lot of white people, honestly. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, white man that I was even going at, and I respect the shit out of this man, even though I put it out. I was working for him, but it was some issues in the environment. And you know what I mean? I was just dealing with it. But I never called them a white supremacist. I never called them a racist. I don't think he's a white supremacist. I don't think he's a racist. We was at odds, but he always told the truth. They ain't want to fire me because they respected the man I was. And still at the end of the day, the man even said out his own mouth with me literally at his neck, yo, I don't think nobody in this building love people more than more than Rashim. That's my real name, if y'all don't know. But yeah, like I don't think nobody in this building love the people in this building more than him. That's what he said about me. That's what this white man said about me. Um, Completely when we was at odds. You know what I mean? But he never lied on me. I don't think he's racist at all. I don't think he's a white supremacist either. I think it was just some problems and some issues that needed to been addressed. And that's what I was doing. But I still have ultimate respect for even him. So I never called nobody a white supremacist. I never really called, I might have said somebody was racist, but y'all, if you don't know, I don't have a problem with racists. Racists have every right to be racist. It's a difference between being racist and oppressing somebody. I had a problem with white privilege, and I would definitely address that. Like, why are the white people being treated this way and black people being treated this way? Or why is the black people working harder and making less money, and these people are not working for real, for real, and not getting fired and making more money? No, I don't like that. So yeah, I had those problems, but I never even addressed it in that way. You know what I'm saying? I just would ask the question, like, why is they getting treated like this and I'm getting treated like this, or this person getting, because I always take up for people. It's probably another one of my problems. But anyway, yeah, so that's just what it is, man. But I'm Raphael Rashim, and I'm really ending this podcast right now. Now we're over an hour for sure. Until later, y'all, I got a lot of footage and stuff coming, so stay tuned.